And I think we're live. We're live. So Jack, I know I'm talking to you on the screen. Am I showing on screen right here? Be good to check. I've got two people watching. Awesome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Bond Geek February live stream. I am, of course, your host. I am Henry. Everybody, how do you do? Hope you had a really good February. Can't believe already that we are basically 2 months into 2022. It is crazy, everybody. And we've got a great action-packed show for you. We've got all sorts of things Bond galore. We're also going to talk a bit about the Jurassic World Dominion trailer because Sam Neill is technically up for James Bond, so we're going to have a little chat about that. We're also going to talk about Goldeneye and the Nintendo 64. We've got all sorts of great stuff for you today on this live stream, everybody. And of course, don't forget, the last part of today's live stream is where we will answer your comments and questions, whether it being about any of the videos we've done on the channel, like, if Roger Moore's Never James Bond, it's got a great response to that. Whether it being on like the top 10, Bond introductions, or the top 10 James Bond posters, we can chat about that. Anything on the channel we want to discuss, or any future ideas you want to discuss on the channel, you can talk to them. Just put them in the comments down below, and we'll answer those questions at the end of this live stream, everybody. But before we get into that, everybody, just a quick thing. As you know, all these live streams, if I'm just going to bring it up here, are all in need of my GoFundMe challenge I've got this year. So let's get it up here. It's called A Having Helping Heart. Obviously, for those of you who might not know, I have had open heart surgery and I was a kid. So this year, to mark the 30th year of my life on this planet, I'm trying to raise £1,000 towards the British Heart Foundation, because I think that's just, it makes sense for me to do that. Now, in April, I'm doing my first sort of big thing. I know it says down there, this is a bit of an old picture, but I am currently going to do a 10-mile walk from my local town to another neighboring town cross country. I've never done something like that before, so I'm going to start with that. But we've also got a swimming challenge coming up. We've got a Bond movie marathon coming up. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up here. So can I just ask everybody, we're currently actually at £95. If you can spare even a quid, £5, $5, $1, and you can just go donate to the Helping Heart, that would really, really mean a lot. Now, we'll just quickly go see a couple of people who are here. Just want to give a bit of a shout out here to Jack. Jack was with me and chatting as before we started on this live stream. So just want to say, hey, Jack, hope you're well. We also have good old favorite, one of my greats for Your Eyes Only. Hello from Tennessee. I have always wanted to go to Tennessee. Honestly, if I had basically Scrooge McDuck levels of money, I would take a year and travel through America. I so would in a heartbeat. And what's great is I know all now roughly where you all are, so we can come say hi, come say hello. So everybody, without that, let's get into the first topic today of this live stream, which was, as I said, there really hasn't been any new Bond news yet. It's only the early of 2022. And the question I proposed in my live stream was, should we be worried? Should we be worried that it's, now into nearly the third month of 2022 and we haven't had any James Bond news? And to be honest, everybody, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it's completely okay that we haven't had any news yet when it comes to Bond 26 or an announcement. Now, I'm going to get into the whole rumor going that we're going to have the next Bond announcement sometime next month in March. We're going to get into that in a minute. But everybody, look, they have just completed a mammoth film in No Time to Die. Whether you like it or hate it, me, as you know, I really, really loved it. But, if you didn't like it, that's great. If you didn't like No Time to Die, make a comment to everybody and I'll read it out on the live stream. But, they're still doing a lot of stuff for that. And I know that Barbara Broccoli is now doing a stage version of Macbeth, I think, with Daniel Craig. It's completely understandable. There isn't really that much news going on at the moment. But this is the thing. Do I think there should be some news coming up soon that says, hey, everybody, we're at least starting sort of, development of Bond 26? 100% yes. Don't get me wrong. There should definitely be 100% yes to that answer. And I'll tell you why. Now, look, everybody, this might be an unpopular opinion. It might not be a popular opinion. I have no idea. I do never in my life seek popularity. But obviously, it was heartbreaking for us Bond fans when it got announced that, No Time to Die was going to be delayed. It basically got delayed for purposes, nearly 2 years. Are you telling me that two of the greatest producers of all time, who are constantly thinking 10 steps ahead of all of us. So when the time comes when we catch up, where they're literally right on the ball and giving us exactly what we want. You telling me they did not spend 2020 and 2021 in a part of sort of just planning goes, ooh, should we maybe do some early development of what we're going to do after Bond 26 for Bond 26? You tell me they didn't think about that or have initial discussions at least? I'm sorry, I call bull. I call absolute bull if they just sat there literally just going, I don't believe that for a second. Not one bit do I believe that. And I'll tell you why. Because you need to be so many steps ahead. I honestly wonder if they have already cast their next actor to play James Bond and they just haven't told us yet. Which gets into the rumor, which is part of why we haven't heard any Bond news up to this point. Look, there is this rumor going around that there's apparently going to be an announcement in March for the next actor to play James Bond. I'm guessing sort of coincide with our great BAFTAs. And if you want to talk also about how the Oscars are not hosting a lot of their awards live on the television show, trust me, I can talk about that a lot. But I think there's a sort of thing going around, like, you know, on the BAFTA night, it'll be announced, like, you know, who the next James Bond actor would be. Now, if that does happen, I have one thing to say. What an entrance. I think, honestly, that would beat Daniel Craig's introduction to the role of James Bond. Excuse me, everybody. I've done a lot of work today on the phone call, so my voice is a bit, so I need the water. And would it be amazing on the BAFTA night, like some person to come out and saying, we're here to announce the next actor to play James Bond, and it is, I have to say it, everybody, Henry Cavill. Yes, you know me, I'm really still hoping, fingers crossed, that Henry Cavill will be announced as the next James Bond. But if they were to do that, let's just think of the ramifications. Let's just say that it was announced the next actor, I don't know, Idris Elba, James Norton, Aidan Turner, Henry Cavill, you know, John Reno Page, whatever one, you know, at the moment. How long would it be till they start another movie? How long would it be? And I think it would be a good while. And for a while, we'll be knowing that this actor, James Bond, but will they be working on another film? Here's what I think will happen. We will not get any sort of big news about Bond 26 until after the Amazon MGM thing is sorted and done. That's the next big thing that we need to get over the hurdle. Once that's sorted and they know what they're doing, I bet we'll have the next Bond film will really rev up into gear and start developing. So everybody, let's just keep our fingers crossed again that the Amazon MGM deal goes out without a cinch. It happens, and then once that's sorted, we can really rev up the James Bond stuff, which I think will be really, really cool. So that's my little thing on, you know, why there's been no major Bond news at the moment. But now, a bit off topic here, but as you all know, everybody, Sam Neill was at one point considered and did a screen test for James Bond. If you haven't seen this, everybody, go on YouTube. It's all on there. And because of that, I just really, really wanted to talk about the Jurassic World Dominion trailer that came out in the middle of this month. Everybody, look, I am a 90s kid. I grew up on Jurassic World. I mean, I proper grew up on Jurassic Park 2, 3, World, you know, all that stuff. It was part of my lexion. And I always dreamed of finally getting a film where the dinosaurs and the humans live together. What would that look like? The dangers, what sort of stuff you could do with it. And oh my God, that Jurassic World Dominion trailer just delivered for me in space. Like, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous how much that delivered in space. I loved how the world is so different. We're trying to learn to live with everything and how different it gets. It's just absolutely crazy when I think about that. And I have to say that whole sequence with the Velociraptors going in and chasing Owen in that sort of place, that was just great as well. And then to see the old cast and the new cast together in the end, it was just living such a beautiful promise. And I'm sorry, I know it's not Bond related, but I had to talk a bit quickly about the Jurassic World Dominion trailer because it was such a beautiful trailer. And there was technically, I could sneak in a little Bond connection there. It was just amazing. Jurassic World Dominion has really ranked now higher as my number one film to watch this year, more than the Batman, believe it or not. And also, by the way, everyone, comment down below what you think about the Batman. Let's talk about the Batman as well, and how about some people talking about Robert Pattinson as potentially the next James Bond as well. So definitely put that in as well. But yeah, Jurassic World Dominion has definitely become like my new #1 film. So I'm so going to watch that on the big IMAX screen. It'll be criminal to watch Jurassic World Dominion on an IMAX screen. And the last major comment before we get into your comments and questions, everybody, and don't forget, please, just literally any kind of question, just put in. We will get through to it all, everybody. We had a great time last time doing these. But I think one of the main reasons people will strain into this live show is talking about the Goldeneye N64 rumor that we might be getting an HD remake, you know, a proper version of the game. Not talking about 007 Reloaded, great game, but, you know, it wasn't the original Goldeneye. You know, I did not see Dr. Doak there, therefore it is not official. But the idea is that we finally might be getting one to celebrate the 60th anniversary, to celebrate the video game side of the franchise. We might be finally getting a digital, like available on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch of the original Nintendo 64 GoldenEye. How do I feel about that, everybody? You have no idea how much I pray and hope that this thing is true. I so do. With such a passion, such a heart. The idea and the belief that I might finally be able to play. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have not got a PS5. I've still got a PS4, but the potential of finally being able to play GoldenEye on the GoldenEye N64 on the PlayStation, not having to go out again and have to buy an old Nintendo 64 and try and connect it up to my TV just to play that. I can't honestly afford that, just, you know, for the concept of just doing that. But Nintendo 64 GoldenEye is such a classic game, isn't it? I mean, I have such happy memories of having it, playing it myself, doing it repeatedly again and again in the multiplayer. Oh my God, the GoldenEye multiplayer. And then going over to friends and just doing the exact same thing again. Just playing that game again and again. That, you know, just take out the importance, if you will, of that video game to the whole, you know, video game industry. GoldenEye N64 is one of the best games of all time period, and I think it honestly deserves, we deserve to have it being re-released with an HD nice color coating paint, and new generations getting to watch it, and we can play it with the next generation. Oh my God, we should do that. And I'm gonna also, with Nintendo GoldenEye 64 thing, again, it's just rumor. I want to say, I really hope it does well. Of course, I really hope it does well. Who wouldn't? But this is the other side of things. If it does well, I hope this opens the door to have HD remastered versions of Nightfire, Everything or Nothing, Agent Under Fire, GoldenEye Rogue Agent to the push, Sean Connery, certainly from Russia with Love video game, you know, maybe re-release Quantum of Solace and Bloodstone and GoldenEye Reloaded on the new versions. Honestly, this year, let's just have a massive, massive, big flush of video games of James Bond come out to celebrate the 60th anniversary. I mean, I'm not joking. I know I'm saving up for a wedding, but I might have to just do some extra saving or some extra work just to afford these games. It's crazy how much I think that'd be great. So everybody, listen, that's the main topics today of basically this live stream. We're obviously going to go to our live comments and questions now, everybody. But before we get into that, can I just do one last sort of plea before we get into that, everybody? Just let's bring this up again. As you know, these live streams I'm doing this year are all in aid of Have a Helping Heart, which is a GoFundMe page that I've done, which is I'm trying to raise £1,000 for the British Heart Foundation this year. I'm doing a lot of different sort of, you know, charity things this year. I'm doing a 10-mile walk from my own town to another town, cross country. I'm going to do a massive swim coming up. I've got a Bond movie marathon coming up for it. I've got tons of different stuff, including these live streams from it. So far, as the time of this recording, I know it doesn't say on screen, I've raised £95, and I'd really like to try and get to maybe over 100, maybe 150 before you know, I do my walk in April. So if you honestly, I know it's hard, it's really thing to ask, but if you have a spare £2, £1, £5 that you're okay just to donate to this Have a Helping Heart, I would really, really appreciate it. The GoFundMe page link is down below in the description. You can find it there. Everybody, please just if you can donate, it would just mean the world to me. It really, really would. Right, everybody, with all that being said, let's get into today's comments and questions. So I'm just going to start right from the start, which is obviously Jack, as I said hello from Indiana. Jack, please don't kill me, but I'm sorry because I know you live in Indiana, but the music's playing in my head. I say that and I'm just thinking, ba 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 ba. On the note, is anyone actually also looking forward to Indiana Jones 5? Because in a weird way, I am really looking forward to Indiana Jones 5. Ooh, do you know what? Actually, pause, everybody, pause. Before we get into that, I forgot to tell you some other news I've got here. I've got to show you this. So for Valentine's Day, me and my other half obviously went out, did something very nice for Valentine's Day, and we went into a couple of shops afterwards, a little browsing, and I found this collection of books for £5, and I had to show it to you because this is something really special to me. For £5, I got the complete Young Bond books again. Now, I remember when this book, Silverfin, came out. I can't remember the last time outside of Harry Potter I ran to a bookstore to buy a book. I've said this a million times, but the Young Bond books and the Flame books really got me into actually reading again, more as a kid and as an adult. But I got all of them. I just wanted to share with you all of them here because they're such great books. I love Silverfin with a passion. It's one of the best stories I've read. You got a sequel, Blood Fever, which was so really interesting and cool. You got the third book, which was, again, I thought really good, which was Double or Die. This was a really great book as well. The weakest one of the original 5 Young Bond books, I haven't read the new ones yet, but there was Hurricane Gold. It was great, but I didn't think it was as good as what it could be. But I do remember the original cover had like the alligator here, and it was like embossed in gold. And I think one of the best books, and I think they left one of the best to last, which was By Royal Command. Now, everybody, I don't know how you feel about all these books, but I'm saying this right now. Amazon, Eon, if you buy MGM and you have to do spin-off of Bond, Amazon, Alex Rider Series-esque, Young Bond, please. I would love that. Do you know what? There's that actor, I can't remember his name, but he's too old for it now. But do you all know the actor I mean? He was in Nanny McPhee and Love Actually, played Liam Neeson's son when he was younger. That guy in his teenage years would have been perfect for Young Bond, in my opinion. But anyway, I digress. Just wanted to share with you that I got those books for £5, and I was literally like one of the best £5 I have ever spent. Really was. So again, I just wanted to bring this up again. We've got some For Eyes Only saying hello from Tennessee. We have Amanda Arton who writes, I think that's a scammer. I'm not sure about that. Jack Han writes, I hope Tom Hardy plays James Bond. Tom Hardy would be amazing. No, there's no doubt about it. Tom Hardy would be absolutely amazing. He is one of the best English actors we've got working right now. You forget, one of his earliest things he ever did was starring Spielberg and Tom Hanks' Band of Brothers. At a very young age, he played the nemesis to Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek Nemesis, and he holded his own from a young age against Patrick Stewart. That takes a lot of acting chops. And, obviously from Inception, The Dark Knight, I think one of the best films he ever done was Legend, when he played the Cray twins. That was really good. Tom Hardy is one of the best actors in the world. I think age is slightly against him at the moment. However, you could get a solid 3 films out of him. That, I think, absolutely for sure. So if Tom Hardy was announced as James Bond, let's say at the BAFTAs, trust me, I'd be a happy bunny. Jack Hine writes, again, I love each of the Jurassic Park / World movies. I saw the trailer and geeked out a lot. You're with me, Jack. You understand completely. Jurassic Park 1 is a masterpiece. It's a 10. For me, it is a 10 out of 10 film. When I rate movies, I base it on my emotional responses to them. I don't rate them. That's the main thing I rate them on, because movies are art. So it's all about your emotions and how you react to them. The Lost World Jurassic Park, I have to admit, was a bit of a sort of, as a kid, I realized I didn't like it way as much as the first film. I think the bits that excited me the most was the bit at the end when the T-Rex came to San Francisco. It's my excitement for Jurassic World Dominion. But it was all right. I've heard recently, like, Spielberg said he got bored making that film, and you can sort of see why. Jurassic Park 3 was the first Jurassic Park movie I saw in the cinema. I know it's not, shall we say, as in-depth as the first 2, you could say, but my God, it's a good fun action romp, Jurassic Park 3. And I actually thought the Spinosaurus was really cool. Jurassic World is amazing on so many levels. What I love about it, how you can see Jurassic World, it can be just a simple monster movie. It could be a film about our relationship with nature, like the first one was, and how we treat it. And on the other note, we can look at it about greed and how obsession with some things wanting bigger and better and quicker. In this case, the dinosaurs, more scarier, more teeth, more dangerous, just to excite us. And the dangers of us wanting, stuff like that too much. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, that film was a bit to me like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where it had a great premise and a great start, but in the end, it was just more of a film to build up to the next film. It wasn't really a great standalone film itself. Maybe maybe when I've seen now Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Dominion, my mind might change on it. But at the moment, I'd say Jurassic World Dominion, no, not Jurassic World Dominion, sorry, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is probably the weakest out of all of them. Got Jack again saying, I played Goldeneye N64 on an N64 in high school and a great time playing the multiplayer. My God, how many times did we play that multiplayer? Do you know what? I know we were talking a lot about the release of Goldeneye 64, hopefully HD remaster. I bet, and I'll have to try it one time, I could probably take the first level, maybe the first or second level of N64 Goldeneye, and just blindfold myself, and I probably might be able to do it. I just wonder if actually I could see if I can actually remember it. It might be completely embarrassing as hell, but I don't know. But that's how much I played it. I could do those games blindfolded. That game blindfolded. That's what I'm preaching. And we've got For Eyes Only saying, love Goldeneye N64. Have you seen Goldfinger 64? Of course I've seen Goldfinger 64. Goldfinger was probably the third James Bond film I ever watched, because remember, I got Goldeneye from Blockbuster. Then I think my brother got for his birthday Tomorrow Never Dies. And then I think the spring after my, just about a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so after my brother's birthday, my mum saw the VHS of Goldfinger, and she knew I was on Bond and said, what, I'll just grab that for you, because she loved Goldfinger. She thought it was one of the best ones, and I should definitely watch Goldfinger. Goldfinger is, do you know what? Everyone says it's very light-hearted and hoo-ha, but not as dark and serious as Rush of Love or Doctor No. And they are right to a degree, but my God, there's some really great stuff in that. I love how the relationship between Bond and Goldfinger. I love how intelligent Bond is in Goldfinger. You've obviously got the SMR and DB5 and the golf course sequence. You've got Fort Knox stuff. Everything about Goldfinger just works on so many levels. It's always really great to see. And we got Daniel saying, hi, all Bondians. Well, hi to you, Daniel. Welcome to the show. Tell me more about yourself, bud. I'd love to hear more. We got Jack again saying, I'm excited for the new Indiana Jones film. Honestly, what's exciting me about the new Indiana Jones film is just more like, how? I mean, I'll say this. I think very strongly that Harrison Ford had it in his contract for returning for The Force Awakens. I will do this if you give me another Indiana Jones film. That's why it's being made. But I'm like looking at it and I'm hearing the stuff about it, whether, there's some potential time travel or some weird stuff about it. Just look, Harrison Ford at 80 is in better shape than I'll ever be, but he is basically nearly 80. How is this new Indiana Jones film going to work out? I just don't understand how it's going to play out. It's crazy, I think, to think about. But I'll just give you a quick rundown of my Indiana Jones reviews. Number 1, Raiders of the Lost Ark, classic of all time. It's absolutely amazing. Temple of Doom, don't really like Temple of Doom. Think it's dark, think it's disgusting. I don't like the idea about children being whipped. I've never been the biggest fan of Temple of Doom. I think that film is I think Temple of Doom is the worst of the Indiana Jones films. Last Crusade is my favorite, the all-time best in the series. You got Bond and Indiana Jones together. What more do you want? The banter, the quips between them. Indiana Jones Last Crusade is the best Indiana Jones film, hands down. And King of the Crystal Skull for me is, well, yes, it's probably rated 3rd out of the 4, but I like it. I love it diving into Aztec mythology. I think that's really interesting, and the whole sort of, conspiracy theories of aliens and Aztecs. And I love the Crystal Skulls as a MacGuffin. They're really, really cool and interesting. And I always have a great time watching Indiana Jones 4. I really do. Anyway, much better than I ever would with Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Jack writes again, what is your overall favorite Bond film? That, Jack, let me just grab a drink. That, without a shadow of doubt, is Goldeneye. It always will be Goldeneye. Skyfall came close, but it is Goldeneye, and I'll tell you why. it was the first Bond film I saw. I saw it at 4 years old. It is the film that probably got me into loving Bond, loving movies just in general. And I have so many happy memories about it. And I'll tell you this great story, Jack. You probably haven't heard this one. But obviously, as I said, I was 4 years old when I first watched Goldeneye. And it got to the scene in Goldeneye where Xena Onatop's killing the Admiral, with sex, that whole like weird sex thing, she's licking him, biting him, scratching him, that pipimiet. I've still no idea what that means. And I just remember watching the scene as a 4-year-old, and my mum remembers this as well. And I just turned to my mum and I said, Mum, or I was 4, Mummy, what are they doing? And she didn't know how to respond. She did not know how to respond to that question at all. It was crazy. So she just told me just to shut up and carry on watching the film. So I suppose James Bond has also introduced me to the concept of sex. How many fans can actually say that? For Your Eyes Only again, right. I was referring to the fan-made video game of the N64 Goldfinger, lol. The fan-made video game for the N64 Goldfinger. No, mate. Sorry. First off, very sorry. No, I've never heard of the fan-made video game of N64 Goldfinger. I know someone did a nice sort of video of like No Time to Die N64, which again, it's a great video. I strongly recommend. But no, I've never seen that before. I'm going to have to go check that out. And we've got the last question at the moment, unless we got some more coming in. Was Jack in? Who do you think should direct Bond 26? Oh, Jack, you're punching me in right there. Who to direct Bond 26? Okay. A bit like my actors for playing James Bond, I have like 5 people I'd really like to see direct a future Bond film. So I'll say them all here. But if you are interested, I have got a video about future Bond directors on the channel. Just go search it out. It is there. I'm currently updating the thumbnails as we speak. So here are my 5 potential choices I'd like to direct a James Bond film. Number 1, it's very obvious, but it is Christopher Nolan. Purely being, he is such a fan of the franchise. He loves it to death. He clearly knows it. I'd like to see what a Christopher Nolan Bond film looks like. The other very obvious one is Denis Villeneuve, obviously director of Dune and Arrival and Sicario and Blade Runner 2049. I think he would do an amazing Bond film. I just like to see what like to see as a director what he would do with it. The next person I have actually is Patty Jenkins. I know Wonder Woman 2 wasn't as good as other films, but if you look at her other 2 films, she's got some great style and panache, and I'd really like to see what she would do with a James Bond film. Carrying on with female directors, if I may, actually, my second choice, it's 4th choice now, would be actually Chloe Zhao. Now, Eternals, by any stretch of the imagination, is nowhere near the best Marvel film they've done in a long time. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a very different sort of Marvel film, which I appreciated. Great with characters, which is why I think Chloe Zhao would be great as a director of James Bond. And also her other film, I can't remember the name of it now. Someone in the live chat, can you tell me what that other Chloe Zhao film was she did? The one that won the Oscar. I can't remember it for the life of me. Does anyone know it? If someone writes it in, I'll say it out loud. And essentially, yeah, I think she'd just be a terrific person to direct a Bond film. Now, the last person on my list, again, maybe a bit obvious, maybe some of you saying, God, no, but I stand by my choice. It's Sir Kenneth Branagh. Obviously, Sir Kenneth Branagh, great actor as a director, done amazing work in Shakespeare. His recent film Belfast is doing great. His Mulholland Express and Death on the Nile. I think he would be a terrific director for James Bond. So yeah, I mean, there's no real sort of real mystery people. It's Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve, Chloe Zhao, Patty Jenkins, and Sir Kenneth Branagh. That's really my list. I have put some other people I would love to see down the line. I'd like to see maybe also Edgar Wright have a go at it. I think he'd do something really, really great with it. Just think of anyone else. Just think of else. I'll tell you what, Jack, write down your list. Actually, anyone who's watching now, write a comment, post it, and tell me your list of directors you'd like to see for James Bond films. That'd be really great. For Eyes Only again writes, look it up. This is obviously referring to this Goldfinger N64. Look it up sometime you get a chance. It's awesome. You can play it on a PC on emulator, and you can also play it on a legit N64 console. I'm going to sound like the most evil man, worse than Blofeld and Scaramanga combined here. I'm a Mac guy, so I'll probably have to watch some person on YouTube do it. They have completely made the new game based on the Goldfinger movie. Another guy also did To My Noah Dies in the N64, and there is also a Spy Who Loved Me N64 that has been in the making. Do you know what, everybody? I mean, I'll just quickly tell you this. I'm planning sort of next month's videos. FYI, one is going to be about why Tom Hiddleston should be the next James Bond, and talking about Tarantino's Casino Royale. I have been really in my head sort of developing like what I think would be the greatest James Bond game of all time. And I'm sort of wondering, do I do this video, Yao? Do I wait? Do I maybe, develop it more? Should I share it with you all? Honestly, just comment down below and tell me in the comment section, would you like to see what my version of the definitive James Bond video game would be? Because I still think to this day, there was one Bond game that I thought was on the right track. You probably wouldn't know which one I'm talking about, but it just needs expanding and really living up to its full potential. And I'm really excited about this idea I have for a James Bond video game. I'm not going to lie. But I just wonder what it would be. I think it'd be really, really cool. But again, if you want to show me, if you want me to make a video about that, just put the comments down below. It'd be really, really great to know, everybody. So right now, everybody, we have now caught up with all our questions. Hello to everybody here. I'm really excited that you're all watching this. It's really, really cool. I'm really excited that you are. Obviously, we're in the comment section now. So if you have a question about anything James Bond related or anything like Batman, Marvel, DC, whatever, just put them in the comments down below and we will answer them. So I will just wait for maybe a couple more questions. If there's no more questions turn up, it's okay. We'll just call this one off early. No harm, no foul, eh? Just want to go over again the things today. As I said, there is no major Bond news right at the moment. I don't think that's a worrying thing because I think, first off, we've got to wait for the Amazon and MGM deal to sort of solidify and finalize. Then we know where we're standing, everybody. And then after that, we will probably get some Bond news. Do I think there might be an announcement of the next Bond actor at the BAFTA Awards this year? I'll tell you what, I'll be generous and give it a 25% chance. I will give the idea of the next Bond being announced at the BAFTAs 25%. I have heard some inside information about that just from someone. I don't know if he's a legitimate or not, but I'll say there is potentially a chance. I'll say that. Obviously, we also talked about the Jurassic World Dominion trailer. Obviously, because Sam Neill was up for the running as James Bond at one point, so I thought we could talk about it. But the new Jurassic World film looks incredible as far as I'm concerned. It looks absolutely unbelievably awesome. I can't wait to see that new Jurassic World. And I sincerely hope with all my heart that we get a brilliant HD remaster of GoldenEye. So we've got a few more questions in, everybody, and we've got a few more viewers. Hello, everybody. So here we go. So, for Arizona carries on with his talk about 007 games. Lol, 007 Legends would have been great if it had done right. You've actually hit the bullseye there for Arizona. I think that 007 Legends, my version of what I think would be a great Bond video game, is this, a better version of 007 Legends. I'll tell you what, everybody, I wasn't going to make it. I was going to wait sometime this month. Well, next month it'll be March. I will release my idea of a great Bond video game, and I'll share it with you all. And then what we'll do is I'll make sure I release it before the next live stream in March, and we can just chat the crap out of that one. That'll be really, I think, really cool. But yeah, for Eyes Only, I think 007 Legends has the basis of a great game. You can probably see where I'm going from there. Jack, your director list. So obviously, if you're new to the live stream now, we've been talking about potential future Bond directors, and this is Jack's list. Okay, so Martin Campbell, great idea. I don't think he'll ever come back to the series. I think did Goldeneye, Casino Royale. If he comes back again, it'll be a bit like, really tempting fate twice. Steven Spielberg, he will never do it. Too expensive. Sam Mendes, love to see him back. Not to introduce a new Bond actor though, but definitely get him back. So Kenneth Branagh, definitely, you know, he's on my list, and Christopher Nolan. Do you know what? I really think that the next Bond film might be directed by Christopher Nolan. I just have this potential idea in my head that it might do it. Hey, maybe it is Danny Boyle who actually ends up being the new director of Bond 26. Everybody, what do you think about Danny Boyle as the director of Bond 26? I don't know. Jorex, have you read the Batman 89 comic book? It's like the third Tim Burton film. No, Jack, but it is on my Amazon wish list to get. I literally have stuff on Amazon like, oh, I'd like to get that book, that film, that video game or something, whatever. It is on there. So if I ever do have some spare cash, I would love to read it. What I have seen, and I think it's called like Fanscription. I think it's made from some of the people who work on the Nostalgia Critic. They did their potential idea what the third Tim Burton Batman film would have been like with Robin Williams as Riddler and stuff. It's like basically an hour-long episode. But my God, it's captivating and riveting. But no, I really do want to read that sort of potential third Tim Burton film. I don't know about you. I'm really looking forward to the Batman. That's actually a point, everybody. Talking about directors. Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is the next Bond director. Wow, can you imagine that? That would be awesome. The guy did Dawn and Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Cloverfield, and now the Batman going to direct Bond 26. Come on, that would be fair. Zachary writes, hey, Zachary, by the way. To be honest, I'd love to see Ari Aster or Brian De Palma do a Bond film. Well, like, first of all, I can't deny your choices, mate. They're brilliant choices. Certainly Brian De Palma. Do I think they will do... This is the thing, Zachary. I think your ideas are really, really great here. I really, really do. I just, in my head, I'm going to be honest, I'm struggling to see if they would actually do a Bond film or not. Because I think Brian De Palma's I think he personally just enjoys retirement. I think he's put himself in retirement. And Ari Aster, I've got to be honest, I haven't really seen much of that work, but I'm sort of interested in seeing it, if I'm absolutely honest. And Jack, you carry on with your Batman stuff. I'm Batman. Password to the Batcave. Iron Man sucks. So that's a little Lego Batman there. It has Billy D. Williams, Two-Face, and the return of Catwoman. Well, in that case, I'm definitely going to have to watch it then. I'm going to have to watch it. And Jack, you've also got here Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yes, I have seen it. Excuse me. Sorry for drinking, everybody. It's just part of my job in marketing is I'm the guy who's sort of always calling up people and setting up partnerships and stuff. I've been on the phone nearly 8 hours today and my voice is slightly killing me. But have I seen Ghostbusters? I said Ghostbusters. My other half is such a fan of Ghostbusters, and if she found out I call them Ghostbusters, I'll never forgive them. Have I seen Ghostbusters Afterlife? Yes, I have, and it's my new favorite Ghostbusters film out of all of them. I was never the biggest fan of Ghostbusters in general. I thought the first film was amazing. Second film was really creepy and cool. Ghostbusters, the Answer the Call, the female, reboot, I thought was funny in places, was all right, nothing special, nothing terrible. I sort of enjoy it. I can watch it. I sort of do. But Ghostbusters Afterlife, I don't know what it was, but it just really got me, and I was so connected in with it. And I love the idea of I love Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I want a whole new trilogy from this new generation of Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters Afterlife, but not Ghostbusters. Something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters! Oh God, thank God she doesn't watch the live streams. Okay, Zachary, you write again. I'd also love to see Denise Villeneuve do it as well. 100% there. After Prisoners, Dune, Blade Runner 2049, Sicario, he would just be great. I wonder as well. I wonder if those interviews with him, Del Toro, and Bong Joon-ho were also possibilities for later films. I wondered that. No, Zachary, you really actually hit on something I think very important. I've been wondering that too. I was thinking about that. You're getting all these great directors doing these webcams. Are they is they trying to get a foot in the door here or something? Let's just run with it. Actually, Zachary, just a moment. Benicio del Toro directing a Bond film. Take my money. Take my money. One of the greatest directors currently working today. And Bong Joon-ho, obviously, for those who don't know, he is the person who directed the film Parasite. Amazing film, by the way. I'm not sure about him yet as a potential Bond director. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think he'll do. I think he's a great director, but we'll see that. But definitely Denis Villeneuve, though I'm going to have a suspicion that he's literally going to spend now the next decade of his career directing Dune. And he's just going to do the entire Dune series of books, and it's going to be his big magnum opus of film. And I can't wait, because I don't know about you, even though the film Dune was incredibly slow, my God, it captivated me and kept me sort of completely involved in it. I love the film Dune, really, really did. I have seen the original version with, I think it's David Lynch's one, which is good, but this one was just leaps and bounds over. I love Dune. Right, so that's the quick end of the live comments for the moment, everybody. Don't forget, if you want to put any more questions in, please do. I've still got about 20 minutes or so, I've said on this live stream. So while you are talking about that, let me just say for the last time on this stream, everybody, it will be the last time, is that for those who don't know, I'm doing these live streams apart from a sort of like a little reward for me for doing my videos on my channel, because this is honestly what I love most. This is my little reward. The idea that the fact that I'm chatting with all of you and we're answering questions and we're having conversations, to me, this is what I hope one day the Bond Geek can do more than just once a month. I love this. Honestly, you have no idea how much. It's just great talking to likes of Jack, Farazoli, and Zachary. It's just fantastic. I'm loving it. But obviously, I'm using these live streams to raise awareness and raise money for my GoFundMe page, Have a Helping Heart, which I'm trying to raise £1,000 for the British Heart Foundation. So I'm trying to do these to help maybe potentially raise money, everybody. I'm doing long walks. I'm going to do a swim-a-thon. I'm going to do a movie marathon. I've got like fencing competition stuff coming up. I've got tons of stuff. I've got tons of this stuff. And if you can donate any money, even like a £5 to this, it would just be worth it to me, because I'm trying to get over £100 before my first challenge. I'm at £95 now. So anything would be really great. But we've got a lot of stuff coming. And yes, when I am doing the Bond marathon for Have a Helping Heart, trust me, there will be content on that. There will be. So yeah, that will be the last time, I promise, that Have a Helping Heart on there. But as I said, the link is down below. So Jack, you've so Zachary, let's start with your question. Sorry. I don't want to see Nolan do a Bond for some reason. He just seems like too obvious choice to me. Well, just because this is what I'd never understand, Zachary. Just because something's obvious, everyone says then it shouldn't be done. It's like, well, it's very obvious you shouldn't walk off a cliff, so we don't do it. Christopher Nolan is such a fan of the series. He really loves and cares for it. He's used it as inspiration for so many of his films. Let him play in the legit sandbox and see what he does. I mean, let's face it, it will just be, I think, one of the most amazing things on the planet for him to do a Bond film. I don't think he'll ever do more than one. It will just be one and done. But sometimes just because it's obvious doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Yes, it's great at times to go against maybe what people expect, but sometimes some just the obvious can work a bit. And Jack has written in here, I have loved this live stream, and this is one of my favorite things. Thanks, Jack, and thank you for watching. And everybody, don't forget, if you are watching this, tell people about the channel, if I may. I know this is a bit of a very shameless plug here. I have started this, the YouTube channel, not with the intent of trying to have like, oh, I must get monetized, I must make money off this. This is my hobby. This is actually, honestly, hand on heart, my hobby. But I have got nearly 500 subscribers, which is about 500 more than I ever thought I would get. I'm nearly at the time of watch hours when it comes to monetization for the Bond Geek. And honestly, I'm saving up for a wedding and so many things. So if I could get my channel monetized, all I'm thinking right now, if that was to happen, it would just help me in no shape or bound, helping to maybe raise money to pay off for my own wedding. So honestly, everybody, please share my channel around, get people to watch my videos, just rank it up, and I would be really grateful. But I love doing these live streams. I decided this year I wanted to do one live stream a month, normally on the last Sunday of every month. However, this month I've got things happening this Sunday evening, and the Monday afterwards I'm busy. So I thought this is honestly the best time I can do it. But I think the next live stream will be March the 27th, the day before my birthday when I actually turn 30. So you four who are watching right now, you know that March 27th, the next Bond Geek live stream is going to happen. And hopefully I have great more info to discuss about when it comes to then. But Jack, you've also written again, I think Nolan will be a great choice as director of Bond 26. I do too. I think he's currently filming Oppenheimer at the moment. He'll get that sorted out, and then he'll instantly move on to Bond 26. So I think that Bond 26, 2022 now, I think Bond 26 will come out in 2024 or 5. That's a just pure random guess. Don't know anything about it. But again, obviously with my contact, if this person is correct, he or she, we might actually get the announcement of the next Bond at BAFTA. Put it this way, if this contact is legit, it's going to happen. If it's not legit, then I know this person was just winding me up. And Zachary, again, writes, the only other problem is Nolan's regular cinematographer worked on Spectre already, and we already know that how that movie looked. See, I thought Spectre looked okay. I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't Roger Deakins level, and Hoyt van Hoyte is a great cinematographer. But I thought he did an all right job. Again, I think the other thing I would say about that, Zachary, and again, this isn't really a fair thing, but I think you can hear where I'm going with this. Nolan's style is quite more cold and dark. I think Nolan is the modern day Alfred Hitchcock. I'll say that. And I think when he and Hoyt van Hoyte work together, their styles sort of merge a bit more. So I think you'll find that if Hoyt van Hoyte comes back, he will do a much better job. Honestly, hand on heart, believe that. Right, everybody, listen, what I'm going to do is, again, we're at the end of the questions. I'm just going to give it a few moments to see if anyone's putting a couple last ones. And if not, we will wrap up this live stream, everybody. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to give you, so we say 30 seconds. If you want to put in a few extra questions, now's the time to do it. In the meantime, I just want to show you again my awesome books. Silverfin, I know they're not in order, Double or Die, Hurricane Gold, by Royal Command, Blood Fever. Seriously, everybody, we should get these books adapted, put on Amazon. A 5-series arc, 1 series per book. It would just be utterly amazing. And I just dropped something. Isn't that hilarious? Right, everybody. So we nearly came up to the 30-second mark. I think that's everything. All right, then. Listen, everybody, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart again, thank you to every single person who appeared on this live stream and who brought in questions. I'm really, really grateful for that. I hope you've had an amazing time. We haven't quite reached the hour this tonight, but it doesn't matter. I've had a really great time. Oh, hold on, Jack. You have put in a question. What do you think on Timothy Dalton and James Bond's unmade 3rd and 4th film? Jack, go to my channel. You will find the Property of the Lady, the unmade Timothy Dalton film video. It's literally on there. It's one of my biggest videos I've done. I've got all the information for it right there. In fact, what I'll do right now is I'm going to go on my channel now and I'll put it in the live stream chat for you. That will give it. But essentially, I think it would have been a mixed bag. Essentially, what I think it would have been a really great film, much better than License to Kill. But I think it would have been quite weird and wacky and out there. Okay, you know what? I can't quite find it at the moment. But Jack, honestly, go on my channel, find the Property of the Lady, type it in. You will find my video on that. I think you'll find it really interesting. But everybody, that is the end of today's live stream. I hope you had a really great time. Don't forget, please like and share this live stream about. Don't forget, please, if you can help me to reach that monetization thing to help pay for my wedding this year, that would be amazing. Please share the channel around. Watch the other videos if you enjoyed this channel, and join me again on the 27th of March. I'll say that again. It's the 27th of March where we'll do the next March live stream. We'll have more comments, more stuff happening. But as always, everybody, my name's Henry. This has been the Bond Geek. Thank you, Jack, very much, and good night, everybody.